Alright, so hi YouTube. I know I don't post very often, but I had a lot of stuff going on, especially this week. So this week I finally had orientation. Yes, I've been in Korea for 2 months. Actually, today is 2 months. Um, so I've been in Korea for 2 months, and I finally had orientation. I don't know what goes on with Kepic, but yeah, it took a while for orientation to happen. So I had orientation and I met a lot of people. We shared a lot of stories. It was mostly new teachers, and we shared a lot of our stories. And they grouped us. What was nice is that they grouped us by area. So a lot of people that I met were from the northern region of the province, which is where I live. But most of the people were like in Ujangbu and Yangju, where I live in Namyeon. It's not so bad, but still. And a lot of people also worked in Paju. So I worked. So the orientation was 3 days long. 3 days, 2 nights. I had an awesome roommate. My school was kind enough to send the wrong name to orientation, so that took a little bit to fix. Yeah, actually, you know what they did? This is what they did. They sent my first name and the co-teacher before me, her last name. So I found my name, my first name, and I knew the co-teacher's last name before me. So I was like, yeah. Actually, I thought a couple of words. I'm gonna keep those to myself. And now I got it fixed. It wasn't so bad. And I had a roommate, was just standing online. I was like, "Do you mind?" She's like, "No, I don't." And we ended up clicking really well. And she was also on the same bus as me, who lives in the same area. So we were also in the same group. So we kind of just stalked each other the whole 3 days. And then after the orientation and we got back to Ujangbu, we went and had coffee and was there for about 3 hours just talking and getting along, pretty much, getting to know each other. And then we all parted our ways. I came back home and went to work the following day. I played a trick on my students. So my co-teacher never told them that I was going away, and they knew I was missing, but she never told them why. So she handed me a bandage and was like, "Oh, because the third graders are learning about, are you sick?" And so she's like, wrap your hand around and pretend. So for the third graders, I didn't make so much of an elaborate story. I mostly just told them like I hurt myself because I walked into a door and I have a bruise, and I took it off and I showed them it was nothing. I was fine, and they were like, "Oh," and they started laughing. But my fourth graders they're not learning anything about it, but they wanted to know why I was missing. And the third grade, I wrapped my arm, but the fourth grade, I wrapped my wrist, and then I pretended that it was hard to move. And they were all like looking at me and pointing and talking in Korean about it. So eventually one student raised their hand and asked the co-teacher in Korean, "What's wrong with Stacy?" And she's like, "Tell them." So I made some story of how I cut myself and I was bleeding. I had to get stitches. And I was like, "Do you want?" And the girls were like, and the boys were like, and I was like, "Do you want to see?" And and the girls were like, "No, no, no." And the boys were like, "Yeah, take it off. Let me see. Let me see." So I unwrapped my it's amazing how much kids understand, because usually I wasn't expecting them to understand the whole bleeding thing, but the co-teacher didn't even translate. It was like the other students who understood were translating for me. I loved it. It was great. That shows how much my kids actually do understand. And I saw the girls were like hiding their faces, and the boys were just like, and I took it off and I was like, "See, I'm fine." And one student was like, "Teacher, you lie." He was really mad. I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help laughing, but I just couldn't. It was so cute to me, even though he was really hurt that he was really expecting to see stitches. So next time something really does happen to me, they're not gonna believe me. And then, yeah, the weekend. Yeah, I basically worked the next 2 days, whatever. And it's sports day is coming up. It's actually on Tuesday for my school. So a lot of the students are missing class because they're practicing for sports day, which is fine by me. Doesn't hurt my feelings any. Although the classes are not off because like we'll see one class, we'll see like 5-1, and no, say we wouldn't see 5-1, we'll see 5-2. So 5-2 would get the lesson, 5-1 wouldn't. So the schedule is off. It happens. I was expecting it. So yes, my weekend. So Friday I went to Itaewon because one of my friends decided to set me up on a blind date. I'm not going to talk about my blind date, but I will talk about Itaewon. Basically we ate, we partied some more, and went home. Yeah, this time I partied I went to this one of the same bars, and I went my blind date to the army. So I went to the army because they have a curfew, but they can party at this place for as long as they like because they don't have to worry about their curfew. So they had the curfew, so we went there, partied for a little bit, and then I was like, I'm tired of this. So I was like, yeah, can you take me back to my friends so we can, because they didn't come with me. So we went back to met up with my friends, and then we went to Homo Hill and party for a little bit, and then we left to go home. Then we went to yoga on Saturday, got my nails done, and then we went to a Korean nightclub. I've seen things. Oh my goodness, my skin is 2 different colors. I'm tanning in my face and nowhere else. I don't wear hats, I don't care. So Korean nightclub. What an experience. No one tells you about these things. Or maybe I'm not looking in the right area. So the Korean nightclub. We went to one in Ujongbu, and how my friend explained it to me, she was like, there's this thing called boogieing. That's what she called it. These are not my words. She called it boogieing. Apparently that's what her friends called it. And what they do is, say a bunch of girls come in together, they sit them down, and you know, they give you beer and a little food to munch on. And say a group of guys come in, roughly the same age group. They sit them down, they get the beer and whatnot. What they do, what the waiters do, is they will pull the girls from the other tables and sit them down with the guys. And apparently this is to get, because Koreans are so shy. These are not my words. These are my friend's words. This is how she explained it to me. She's been in Korea for years. I haven't. Koreans are so shy that they won't go up and talk to each other. So this is necessary to get people talking. So they basically just take the girl by the hand and plop her down, and the girl goes back to her seat. Then they'll take her again, bring her to another table. It's something you have to witness to understand. Like, it's really a little shocking from, I guess, a Western standpoint and our views on how we meet people and dating and how it goes on. But really, they're just pulling girls off and then sitting them down with the boys and whatnot. They don't touch the foreigners, really, because usually guys are, apparently everybody's afraid to speak English. If you're not in Seoul, pretty much everybody's afraid to speak English. I've come to that conclusion because I get hit on in Seoul. I don't get on in So they won't touch the foreigners. So, you know, I got no play. But because I guess they're afraid to use their English, whatever English they do know. But they were like, pull the girls over and sit them down. But that's not the shocking part. The shocking part, okay, so there's a stage and there's a bunch of performances going on. It's like the DJs, like it's a show. They're just not like DJing at their spot and, you know, looking up every now and then, see people enjoying the music. No. This is a show. Like, they play their music and then they dance. Like, the DJs have like their backup dancers and they're partying together. This is what it is. It's a show. But that's not the shocking part. I don't even know if I should put this on YouTube. Right, okay. So the shocking part for me was, she explained the boogieing. She explained that sometimes it's like sexy dancing. What she did not explain was the striptease that I see. Oh man, she calls me a butterfly, and this is one of the reasons why I was not expecting this at all. Like, zero, was not expecting this. So first when it happened twice. The first time wasn't as bad as the second time, but they were both shocking. So the DJ plays his music and then he's dancing, And then he starts to take his clothes off. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is he undressing? So he takes his clothes off. I don't know what. I'm not going to explain the rest. Just know that I've seen a lot of skin that night. And male skin at that. Like, you would think I was at a strip club. Yeah, what a, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Next. And today, I went to a jjimjilbang and saw more skin. But, yeah, it was interesting. I saw a lot of skin, a lot of Korean skin this weekend. And then I went to have dinner with some of the people that I met at orientation. But, yeah, I've seen a lot of skin. This is like burned into my brain. Like, I don't think I'll ever get it out. It is so weird. All right, I'm gonna stop giggling like a little fool. So bye. Hope to tell you guys about my next adventure soon. Deuces.